The Festival of the Lost 2022 event just dropped, and with it brought 4 weapons, one of which is brand new as of this year, called the Mecha Brace Sniper Rifle. And this thing is basically the Thunderlord of sniper rifles. Thanks to Volt Shot, the brand new perk from this season, we are allowed to chain lightning between just about any target we hit after reloading from our first kill. It has a ridiculous fast ADS speed along with the Origin perk, but does it fit into the meta? Is it the new best sniper, or is it just hot trash? Well, stick around because I'm going to break down the PVE side of it, and then I'm going to give my overall review of the weapon. First of all, the Mecha Brace Sniper is in the secondary slot. It is part of the arc damage category, and it is an aggressive frame. An aggressive frame has high damage and a lot of recoil, but these are the best snipers for PvE because they hit like a truck. This also has an origin trait called Search Party, where you get increased ADS speed and movement speed while aimed down sights when you're not near your allies. So if you're playing solo content, this sniper can move ridiculously fast. Personally, for me, the Search Party origin trait is not that exciting for PvE, but it is very, very good in PvP. Before we jump into the perks, talk about the god roll and establish if it can fit in the meta, let's compare it to other sniper rifles in the exact same category. First of all, it is one of 2 arc snipers that have an aggressive frame, so that already gives it a leg up over the other 5. The other sniper is the Occluded Finality, and it is only available during Iron Banner, and it's not in the current loot rotation for Iron Banner. So this is the only extremely hard-hitting sniper rifle in the arc category for most of the player base right now. Not to mention, the perks are just better on the Mecha Brace. The Occluded Finality doesn't have Clown Cartridge or Triple Tap, which are 2 major perks for sniper rifles. There are some very good sniper rifles in the arc category, like the Adored, but it's an adaptive frame, and for me personally, those high impact frames are really what you want to go for. Now that we've established that this is the new, strongest, hardest hitting arc sniper rifle, let's talk about the perks for PvE. Let's jump into the third column, or the first column of really good perks for this weapon, and we'll talk about Triple Tap, Clown Cartridge, and Auto Loading Holster. These are all S tier perks for sniper rifles. Being able to hot swap with Auto Loading Holster is really, really good. Being able to overload the magazine with Clown Cartridge is very good as well. And being able to return a shot after rapidly hitting 3 shots will reduce the amount of time in a damage phase you're spending reloading. Now moving on to the second column, we have Vorpal, High Impact Reserves, and the new perk Volt Shot. No, Volt Shot does not do any extra damage or anything, but it is a very, very fun perk to use for lower content, for content where you are for sure one-shotting things. First of all, with Vorpal, we're getting an extra 15% damage for special weapons against bosses, vehicles, and all that goodness. So in a damage phase, this is an excellent perk to have on your weapon. Then we have High Impact Reserves, where rounds at the end of the magazine deal more damage. So in PvE, we're doing 12 to 25%. Because this magazine is only a 3-round magazine, the first shot is just regular damage. The second shot is somewhere in the 12 to 25% damage increase, and the third shot is a 25% damage increase. So arguably, this is better than Vorpal, because not only does it apply to all the bosses and vehicles and things that Vorpal would have damage increase against, but it applies to everything you're hitting. Now, we also have Volt Shot, and the way that Volt Shot works is after a kill, when you reload, your next shot is going to arc lightning between targets, or jolt targets. And this is where the Thunderlord kind of sniper concept comes into play. So this is very, very fun for lower end content, because you can clear big groups of ads with 2 bullets from your sniper. You'd shoot one, reload, and shoot again. It'll chain a bunch of lightning between targets and kill probably 6 enemies with just 2 bullets, which is very unique to snipers, because unless you have something like Dragonfly where it could damage things around it, or Firefly, you're not going to do the same thing that Volt Shot is doing here. Now, if we're talking about god roll for this weapon, you want something like polygonal rifling, and then because this magazine is only a 3-round magazine, we want something to increase our magazine. So I'm either going to use appended mag to get +1 to the magazine, or I'm going to use alloy mag to get faster reloading when the magazine is empty. Now, the only reason why you'd want to run alloy magazine is because if you were running Clown Cartridge or Triple Tap on this weapon, you're going to have to manually reload the weapon. So after firing all the rounds in the magazine, you'll reload faster. Now for me, I'm going to run alloy magazine so that I can reload the magazine even faster. And the reason why I'm doing this is because of the next 2 perks. I'm pairing this with Triple Tap, where if I get 3 precision hits, I get a shot back, and then High Impact Reserves. Now, as we talked about before, the magazine is only 3 rounds, and High Impact Reserves kicks in after 50% of the magazine is spent. So after shooting 1 bullet, High Impact Reserves should kick in. So in theory, the first shot will do regular damage, the second shot will do 12% to 25%, somewhere in that zone, and then the third shot will do 25% more damage. And if we hit all 3 of those shots as precision shots, we're getting another bullet on top of that. So that means that 2 of our bullets are going to hit for 25% more damage. That's a lot of extra damage, and you cannot beat that with Vorpal. It's just not an option. So this right here, for me personally, is the best roll on this weapon. This is going to put out the most damage. But a very close second god roll would be polygonal rifling, alloy magazine, clown cartridge, and then high impact reserves. For this, every time you shoot those 3 bullets and then you reload, you're getting an overflow of the magazine. So you're increasing the amount of bullets you can shoot in a short amount of time. Now, the reason why I keep suggesting high impact reserves is because snipers are not the best for boss DPS right now. It's just not a good option. If you have any other ammo, you're going to be running a heavy for the boss damage. So to keep this weapon available for champions or orange bars or just stronger enemies that aren't bosses is an excellent choice. You're going to be doing lots of damage to them, and then you're going to have your heavy ready for the boss. So those are the 2 best roles that you could possibly run on this weapon. Now, if for some reason you do want to run this in a boss fight, if you do want to use this as your main damage weapon, a very good option would be auto-loading with Vorpal. You're going to get 15% increased damage on every single shot that you're hitting, and you can hot swap to another weapon. So if you want to, you could run this with another auto-loading weapon and keep switching back and forth between the 2 and never have to reload. All that being said, if you're looking to have some serious fun with this weapon, if you're looking to turn this weapon into a mini Thunderlord or a sniper Thunderlord, you want to run Volt Shot. What Volt Shot is going to do is every time you get a kill and reload, your next shot is going to jolt targets and chain lightning, as I said before. So what we can do with this is just kind of optimize it to play around with it. We can run Fluted Barrel, and this gives us some increased handling, and then we can run Flared Magwell to increase the reload speed and get some stability out of it. Then we can run Perpetual Motion and decrease the amount of time it takes to reload while we're in motion, and then we run Volt Shot. So if done correctly, you're just going to be continuously chaining lightning between targets with every other bullet shot. Now, this is not a god roll, but this is a very, very fun weapon to use in lower end content. You can snipe a red bar and then reload, and then if there's a big group of red bars, you can shoot one and it'll kill all of them. It's very satisfying, and I've had a lot of time to use it, and I've had a lot of fun with it. All this being said, all the god rolls laid out and everything like that, is this sniper worth grinding for? Is this sniper worth getting for PvE? I would highly recommend getting it. Now, of course, it is no succession. It's not going to auto-load the magazine and overload it, but it is very, very fun with Volt Shot, and it does a lot of damage with those high impact reserves. So personally, I'm picking up a roll for each of these. It is a little bit of a grind to get a good god roll, but it is definitely worth your time. There are lots of options, so it shouldn't take too long to get a good roll, but the god roll may take a little bit more time. And being that it's only available for about 20 days a year, I would highly recommend getting it because you never know. The meta may change very, very soon. They're doing lots of sandbox update changes, so snipers might be back in the meta in December. We just don't know. Well, that is everything I have to say about the Mecha Brace Sniper Rifle. I'm very happy with it. If you found this video informative or entertaining, please share this video with a friend and subscribe down below. It would mean so much to me. Thank you so much for watching, Guardians, and I hope you have a wonderful day.